Hi, this is Debra Dixon Kinzer with Living with Lupus Online Video Magazine. Today we're going to talk a little bit about some of the things that happen to our mouth that has to do with lupus, okay? Now, when lupus is going on and it's really stressing, that means when it's in full bloom and everything, there are so many different types of signs that you will have. And one of those signs is going to deal with your mouth, okay? You'll start getting ulcers in your mouth. Well, that's what I call it, ulcers, okay? They're sores, okay? Now, let me just tell you about one time that happened to me, okay? I had just gotten off of work. I had worked the late shift because I was a 911 dispatcher at the time. And I got off of work and everything, and I came home, took a shower. This is 7 o'clock in the morning, okay? So I worked the late shift from 11 to 7, okay? I got off of work. I came home, took a shower and everything, got out the shower. You know, my mouth had been it'd been hurting me all night long, and I didn't know what was wrong. So when I went to brush my teeth, you use mouthwash, right? Okay, well, it started burning. I didn't know what was wrong, so I have these little dental things that I have and everything so I can look at my little pretty teeth. They're not all there, but it happened. Anyways, I looked inside my mouth and I saw little ulcers in my cheeks, and then I had one down here. Okay, scared me to death. I did not know what to do, you know. I went on ahead and, just did what I normally do. And I had to go to sleep because 11 to 7 in the morning, midnight shift, that's a killer shift. Okay, well, I happened to be off the next day, which was good. So I went to sleep, woke up, still mouth hurting, but my mouth was so very dry. Now, never paid attention to it before, but I was drinking a lot of water. Okay? So, what causes this? All right? It's an attack of your system. It's breaking down. So, it's things that are attacking your system and, causing all these other things to go on. Now, at that time, I wasn't on a whole bunch of medication. I only was taking two pills. Two pills at the time. And one was for my lupus and the other one was for my blood pressure. Okay? Now, yes, blood pressure does go along with lupus. Okay? We're going to talk about all these different things that happen, but I want you to know what happened to me. Now, I'm going to throw out my disclaimer because people don't believe this, all right? I am not a doctor. I never went to medical school, did not intend to go to medical school. However, other people wanted me to go to medical school. I was just really good in science. I paid attention, okay? Did what I had to do to pass whatever I had to pass, but I am not a doctor. I do not hold a degree in medical. Everything that I talk to you about here on Living with Lupus Online Video Magazine is because I have experienced it. I wrote a book about it. That's the book right there. See? Living with Lupus this is called Living with Lupus, My Personal Journey. Okay? And I'm the editor of Living with Lupus Online Video Magazine and Living with Lupus Magazine, online magazine. Okay? So, I didn't go to school to be a doctor and didn't care to be a doctor, okay? All of this stuff just happened to come upon me because I just happened to have lupus. And I happen to be a very curious person. So when I talk to you about lupus, I'm not giving you medical advice, and I don't expect you to take my medical advice. What I do expect is that you listen to my story, you hear what I went through, you see what I did to get where I am today. Okay? It's not that I did any miraculous things. It's just things that other people don't think about to get me where I am today. So now that I've thrown my disclaimer out there, I'm just going to tell you now, I'm going to continue on with what we were talking about, which was the ulcers and sores in my mouth. Okay? Now, it does happen. I don't know how many of you out there have gone through that and didn't know what it was or anything. but it was related to lupus. There's a lot of things that are related to lupus, and you have no earthly idea how much toll it takes on the body. But it also has everything to do with the foods that you put inside your body as well. Did you know that sugar, every time that you eat sugar with lupus, that it attacks every single thing in your body? And because the white blood cells are trying to figure out what is good and what's bad, and eliminate the bad, they think that everything that's happening, you get a little cut. That little cut is something bad, and it's going to destroy everything around it until you say, hey, but you got to put a stop to it. It's the foods that you put into your body. It's what you eat, drink, and do. If you allow stress to be in your life, see, like I said, I worked 11 to 7 in the morning. Okay? It was a rotating shift. So 3 weeks on, 3 weeks off. Okay? That means 3 weeks, 7 to 11, 3 weeks off, 7 to 11. Okay? It was stress. It was a lot of stress on my body. But because I had not really paid too close attention to what was going on with my body, I could not stop what else was happening. Hair was falling out. Mouth was acting crazy. Eyesight was going batty. Oh, yeah. Feet were swelling, hands were swelling, joints were hurting, headaches going on. And I'm like, oh, I just need some rest. That's it. No, no, no. I needed to change my eating habits because my eating habits were atrocious. It was the worst. I wasn't eating the foods that I should be eating. I was eating what people were bringing in because, when you're a 911 dispatcher, you really don't have time to get up and go and get you something to eat, so you can't go to the store and get you something to eat. So people start bringing food in. We always had like food things going on. And if that wasn't bad enough, if they didn't bring food in, then we ordered out. Instead of doing the healthy thing, we ordered out. So what happened? Our body started breaking down. Well, it could be okay for everybody else, but it definitely could not be okay for me because I have lupus. But I didn't think about it. So all I'm trying to tell you today is you have lupus, you've got sores in your mouth and everything. Things are going on. You're not sure what's happening. It'll cause your teeth to crack. Okay? You'll lose them. No matter how perfectly you brush your teeth, okay, you will end up losing them because they destroy it. It decays. It does. It really does. I never knew that until it started happening to me. Now this right here up front is a car accident. Happened when I was younger. In order for me to get it fixed, I have to have 2 other teeth taken out. Okay? And then have them replaced. Still not sure I'm going to do that. They've been telling me to think about this for years, and I have not given anybody an answer yet. So, and just a reminder, keep your eyes on the road, no matter what. Yes, I got hit by a drunk driver, but keep your eyes on the road no matter what. Okay? So, let's go on. Let's move on now. The teeth back here, because you have sores happening back here, you have a sore, it's an ulcer. It oozes out that nasty gunk that comes out of it. And by the way, if you swallow that stuff, it starts to affect your esophagus. Yeah, it does. Not to mention get into your stomach, cause all kinds of pains, diarrhea, fever. You're going to have the fever anyways because you got the sores in your mouth. It's up to you to figure out what to do. Take it back to the doctor. That's what you do. Okay? I'm just going to be real with y'all because I didn't do these things. Alright? I was kind of, let's just say, I thought I was invincible. Wait, I've told y'all that before. I'm not invincible, y'all. Had to find that out the hard way, especially when all these other things started happening. But we're going to talk about those other things a little bit later, okay? Today, we're talking about the care of the mouth, what causes it, okay? Dry mouth, medications, not eating right, just not taking care of yourself in general. When I say not eating right, you guys know already the drill. The fruits, the vegetables, anything that doesn't have any sugar in it, everything that's all natural. Okay, if it doesn't have any preservatives or anything like that, and it's all fresh fruits and fresh vegetables, and I'm going to say, good proteins, all right, then you're taking care of yourself. But if it's not all those things, and it has preservatives in it, and it has additives in it and everything, you might want to reconsider. I have a friend that every time I say something like that, she says it makes a difference. It really does make a difference. It really does make a difference. Not only is it healthier for you, but it keeps the weight down. It keeps you healthier. Keeps giving you a prettier smile, a great complexion. Your hair looks beautiful. You feel good. And you can't help but fight what's going on. Okay? So that's all I wanted to talk to you about today. I don't know if anybody has ever felt the things that I did in your mouth and everything. Talking about the ulcers in your mouth and everything. If you have, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear your story. I really would. What did you do to combat that? I just had to change my diet. I had to drink more water, okay? Less sugary things. Yeah, it was a learning lesson for me. It was really, everything is a learning lesson when it comes to lupus because you have to learn your body. In my book, Living with Lupus, My Personal Journey, I talked about knowing your body. You really do have to know your body. I also wrote another article about it as well. If you want to read my articles, you can go to several places. You can either go on LinkedIn and just type in Living with Lupus Online Magazine, okay? Or you can type in to Facebook, Living with Lupus Online Video Magazine. That's the magazine part. And then there's a group that's, the online magazine. Or you can go to Living with Lupus, livingwithlupus.blogspot.com. And there's plenty of articles in there that speaks about, the different things that I went through and how I combated it and handled it. Now, these are articles. They're not like my talks. They're a little bit different because they're a little more lengthier, but it gives you way, way more information than I give you here. Okay? And I did that because if I give you so much information on here, you'll get bored and tedious, and you don't want to listen. Who wants to listen to somebody just rambling on? Okay? So if anything that you've heard today has rung a bell, has hit home, has caused you to say, hey, is that what that was? Subscribe, because I got more. Hit like, leave a comment. Please leave your comments. Okay? If there was something that I said that you did not like, by all means, please leave a comment. It can only do anything but make me better at doing what I'm doing for you all. Okay? If you know someone who is going through the exact same thing and they feel alone, they feel like they can't cope or something, tell them about the YouTube videos. Tell them about these videos. I'm here. I know that you can't do this by yourself. Some people can't talk to their family about it. They can't talk to their friends about it. You think I have somebody to talk to? The only people that I have to talk to are you all and my dogs. That's it. I don't discuss this with my husband because he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't even know what to say. And he gets really upset because he can't help me. I don't talk to my friends about it because their lives are so busy and they've got many things going on. Family? Okay. That is a different story for a different day. And I know that all of you understand because they think that we want attention. Trust and believe that I do not want attention. If it wouldn't be for me having so many people saying, Deborah, you really need to do this. You really need to tell people about what you did because your story is just remarkable. If you seen me just a few years ago, you'll understand. I wasn't doing too well. As a matter of fact, the way I look now, I didn't look then. What do I mean? Oh, well, please, by all means, let me elaborate. I did not look healthy. I got good color compared to a few years ago. A few years ago, I was given 6 months to live. Oh, and it was because of my lupus. Yep. But I'm here today to tell you that if I can do it, you can do it. I have faith in you. And I know there's a God up there. My name is Debra Dixon Kinzer. I am the editor of Living with Lupus Online Video Magazine. And again, leave your comment, hit subscribe, hit like, hit dislike, leave a comment. You are not alone in your journey living with lupus.